Merry Meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and this is a general reading for all signs for today, the 10th of December, 2023. Today I'm reading with the Dark Wood Tarot by Sasha Graham, and let's purify with this Florida water. There's no spray in the Florida water, so I put some in this little spray bottle. 3 sprays in this room is more than sufficient to cleanse the space. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating on YouTube is the lovely Sarah, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Shirley. Thank you so much, Sarah and Shirley, and thank you to everybody for joining us today for this general reading. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Okay, this was very cockeyed. And hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure that you follow us on Twitch. And you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of, darn it, all kinds of beautiful merchandise, including tarot decks there. And that's an affiliate store, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. It's an easy, fun way to give our channel some support. Another way to support us is by using a donation. And you can find the donation link right on the screen, flashing across that screen every so often. Or if you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat. This does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard it because it may not be meant for you. In that case, check out the Zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, all of which can be easily restreamed off of our website, ariels-corner.com, arielscorner with a hyphen.com. Simply click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. I do not read with card reversals, so you will see me flipping cards right side up. It's how I like to read. All is well, I promise. I really appreciate you being here today, everybody. So let's give this deck another, maybe one more shuffle. Well, maybe one more shuffle. That was a pretty bad shuffle. I can't seem to get it right. There we go. All right, let's cut this deck using a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for everybody today, the 10th of December, 2023. Starting off with the World card, followed by the 6 of Cups, and then the Queen of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful reading. So the world is something that you're already coming from. It's important to understand that you came to this world with everything. And this world has since tried to prove to you that you don't have enough, that you're not enough, that you're inadequate. And the world is lying to you. You have everything you need to succeed in this life. And it's our job to remember how to access everything that we were given. And that's what the 6 of Cups is talking about. This represents the solar light. And the solar light is simply that light from the Tree of Life, sphere number 6, represented by the sun, that does for us the things we can't do for ourselves and reorders everything in our lives so that they start to conform to the divine design. The reason why we need something to do for us that which we cannot do for ourselves is because we've forgotten who we are. And if left to our own illusory minds, we won't be able to remember who we are because we have gotten into the habit of fantasizing and of projecting and of creating things that aren't really there. So the 6 of Cups is reminding us that there is a force of consciousness in the universe that does remember who we are and does know that we have everything that we need. And when we call upon that solar light, then it becomes more apparent to us the truth rather than the illusion. And then we can start accessing our power much more brilliantly. Now, the Queen of Cups is telling us that you not only will be accessing this power, but that you will be nurturing it and using it. That inner power is all power. It's very easy for us to get lost in the doings of the outer external world, thinking that that's where our power lies. We have our schedules, we have our responsibilities, we have our jobs, we have our families, we have to make dinner, we have all of these things that we have to do. And it's the doing that is oftentimes used by our ego minds to serve to forget who we are. And who we are is not a doing, but a being. And when we can access that inner being, then we know our power, and then we have power over the external. And that's exactly what everybody's learning. And today's a great day for you to sit with that solar light and know that that is the truth for you. All right, it's kind of a mystical reading today. We've got the King of Coins, followed by the Five of Coins, and then the Fool. So the Six of Cups is telling you that that usually the thing that gets us off our center and gets us stuck in the world of illusion has to do with survival. And many of us are worried about things like money and jobs and things about survival. It's easy to say, oh, okay, well, it's all that mystical stuff is fine, all that magical knowledge is great, but I've got bills to pay. I've got real world problems, and I don't have time to sit in fantasy land. I need to really get motivated and do practical things. But you see, if you're coming from the point of view of practical things being that you have to solve them yourself, usually that's coming from a place of fear. And what you're learning and what you want to be able to understand is that everything on the external is a result of a thought. And if you come at something on the external plane with the thought of fear, then you are going to get more fear as a result. And that's why if you go to the solar light first, it can feel as though you're going outside of yourself when you go to the solar light, but that's not true. You're going outside of your ego thought system. So the ego wants you to think that it's a foreign power, but it's not a foreign power. But what this does is it realigns your mind so that rather than approaching whatever this is with a place of fear, you understand that you already have everything. And that it's just a matter of your accessing it. It's a matter of your realizing it so that whatever you need is manifest for you. But when you are trying to combat the problem, the fear, on the world's terms rather than on spirit's terms, then you're trying to bypass all that you already have. You're trying to say, I'm impoverished. And then you become like that story, The Prince and the Pauper, where those two were switched, and the prince believes that he's a pauper, and he doesn't understand that he already has everything that he needs. He has all access to all that he needs, but he's so illusioned by all of the trappings of what he believes are his circumstances that he never thinks to access it, because it's completely left his mind that that's who he is, and that's who you are. You are a divine child of the universe, and you have absolutely nothing to fear. And until you can come from that point of view, you can lean on that solar light, because if you don't know it, that's okay, because it knows it for you. So if you don't know how to work with that solar light, you can find one of my solar light meditations and just learn the process of running that energy, and it really can make a huge difference. Now, this King of Coins is saying that when you come from the point of view of the truth about who you are, then your manifestations are perfect. But that it's very hard for us to come from the point of view of who we are, because the world is working overtime to teach us that we are nobody, that we are nothing, that we are insignificant. We have a very hard life. This world is cruel, etc., etc., etc. So until you can come from the point of view of not being at all snowed by this world, lean on that solar light to do a lot of that for you. This Fool card is talking about what happens when you do that. When you lean on that solar light to reorganize everything for you, what happens? All of your problems are taken from you. All of your problems are taken from you. And the ego says, ooh, you don't want that. You don't want that. Then you're going to be naked. Then you're going to be nobody. Then you're not going to have anything. And that's the absolute biggest lie that the ego tells you. When you are this fool, then you and the world are one. When you are this fool, then you and the world are one. Because what happens is the fool, once it gets to the understanding of who it is as the world, it's the same being, but with everything surrounding it, with everything that it needs surrounding it. So your job right now is to allow yourself to be the innocent child of the universe and to be cared for, and to realize that it's not up to you to figure out all of your problems, all of your fears, all of these things that seem to be upsetting you in the world. It's not up to you to fix those problems. It's up to you to let go of everything that you're hanging on to that would thwart your ability to solve those problems for yourself. And that solar light is there always has been, always will be, to do that very thing for you. Do for me what I cannot do for myself doesn't say that, oh, I'm so inadequate and I'm so lowly and I'm so stupid that I need the solar light to fix things for me. That's not it at all. It's saying, look at it this way. Imagine that you've been trying to play the piano for years and years and years and years and years. Like you've been on, maybe you go onto YouTube and you take piano lessons with somebody, and you've gotten into some really bad habits, and you can only play up to a certain level, and it's because of your bad habits, and they're so ingrained in you. Going to a piano master isn't saying, I'm so awful that I need you to play the piano for me. Going to the piano master is saying, I can't seem to get beyond this hurdle. What do I do? And the piano master says, we have to unlearn everything that you already know. And then I'll show you how to do it. So we have to unlearn everything that you know so that we can instill the right habits, and then you'll be fine. The piano master says, it's great because you already know how to read music. You already know the basic functioning of the keyboard. You know all of everything that you need to know. It's just that you've got some bad habits. That's all. So we're going to retrain you. And that's what the solar light does. The solar light doesn't say, oh, you're so stupid and you can't do anything for yourself. Let me do it for you. It's saying, until you get to the point where you're no longer habitually projecting these things out onto the screen of space for yourself that are causing you problems, let me help you. Let me take things from you. Let me reorder things for you. And when we do that, you're going to find that you have everything that you need, and that there's nothing that's standing in your way, and that all is well, and that there really is nothing to fear. That's not just a platitude. There is nothing to fear, and all is well in your world. Right? So until you can understand that for yourself, you can lean on the knowledge that the solar light has for you, that that's the truth. You can have the solar light believe that for you in the meantime. So today's a wonderfully mystical day. It's really not a very practical reading at all. But on the other hand, it's the essence of practicality, because when you can learn how to relinquish your power of projection in favor of the solar light's power of reordering, boy, everything starts to change for you. So it is actually very practical, but in a very mystical way. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. And thank you very, very much to the amazing moderators. Today we had Shirley and Sarah on Twitch and YouTube, respectively. And we'll see everybody. I'm going to be off on Monday and Tuesday this week, so we won't have a reading till Wednesday. So I'll see you then. Blessed be.